If you've either bonked or been so exhausted after your run that you can't do your work, or you're incredibly tired the next day after running that your workout doesn't go well, or you can't run your easy miles super efficiently, this video is probably for you. I think we got to spend a lot of time talking about nutrition because there's a bunch of flashy stuff out there. I fall for it too, about recovery surrounding this new massage gun or ice baths or sauna. And I believe in all of those things. And I think those are very valuable and helpful, and we should use them if we can. One of the things that's most important is the nutrition aspect of running and training. And if you just dump your time into ice baths or you dump your time into the sauna but you're not eating enough, I think that's a problem. The first race I actually ran, well, maybe it wasn't the first, but first half marathon. The first half marathon I ever ran was one of the worst races of my life. And there was a couple factors for that. There was this girl I was dating, and I asked her what her plans were the next weekend, and she said she was running a half marathon. And I was like, hey, how much is that? Because maybe I could run it with you. And she was like, it's 13.1 miles. Reese, you don't train. You definitely shouldn't run this half marathon. And she was right, I don't train. But my ego was on the line. My pride, damn it. I had to do the right things to impress her, so I signed up, and I actually ended up beating her. So, I mean, that says something, right? But the point is, during that race, I felt amazing the first 6, 7 miles. I think part of it was the endorphins, the race vibes. Like, it's all fun stuff. But I hit the wall. And the big reason why I hit this wall is because I didn't consume a damn thing. I might have had oatmeal for breakfast or a banana, but I didn't take any running gels, no salt tablets. I was kind of drinking water, but I wasn't really focusing on being hydrated, and I probably definitely didn't hydrate in the morning. And so I had to turn into this walk, run, walk, run, walk, run to finish the race. I was definitely above 2 hours in the half marathon time. And so afterwards, I thought, well, that sucked, but I felt good for finishing it, and I felt accomplished. And it wasn't for years later until I really thought about nutrition. Like, I started kind of taking runner's gels, but the point I want to hit is you're probably not eating enough. Like, I think that's the simplest way to put it, is you're probably not eating enough. And this could be during your races or runs even, but I'm even talking about throughout your life, right? Generally, what my watch says is I burn roughly 100 calories per mile I run. If it's speed work, it's a little bit more. So if I go for a 10-mile easy run, I've just burnt 1,000 calories. And I typically run in the morning. And so I've been sleeping all night, and I don't typically eat breakfast before I go out. And so I mean, I get that there's some people out there that feel like there's benefits to fasted running. I'm not disagreeing with that. I don't like eating right before my morning runs typically. Sometimes I eat a banana. But my point is I'm already behind 1,000 calories plus whatever I lost throughout the night. And so if I don't catch up, of course my future runs in the week or in the month are going to be affected. So what I'm getting at is nutrition. I'm not going to give you the secret, like, eat this thing, it's a superfood. I don't necessarily believe in that. I know there's food that has more nutrients than others, but what I'm trying to get at is that you probably need to eat more. And so if you feel like you got burnt out, you might not be eating enough. If you feel like typically you can run 6 miles and have a great leg day the next day, and you're starting to see that dwindle or you're not as strong, chances are you're maybe not eating enough. And so nutrition is not just about fueling the actual workout or the race or the run. I mean, obviously that's a big part of it. It's also about recovering faster. And this is the piece that I think people miss. Because there are people out there who will be like, well, I don't like to carry water with me, or I don't like to eat during my runs, or I don't need a gel, it was just a 5-mile easy run. And they're not necessarily, like, wrong, but what I'm also trying to plan for is the next workout, is the next run. I do speed work on Tuesdays in the morning, and I need to make sure I have enough energy to get the most out of my leg day later that evening or afternoon. And so I have found myself eating more and consuming more gels, even on the easy runs, the shorter runs, because I'm realizing that it's worth it, because maybe I could have gone through that run without it, but what I'm doing is trying to replenish and replace some of the carbs or just the calories or the energy sources. I'm trying to replace those so then the next thing that comes around, I'm my best self for it. And I think that's one thing that we don't think about. We think about getting through this run, but what about the next one? We think about getting through this workout, but what about tomorrow when you do leg day, right? So I think my point is you're probably not eating enough, and here's what I've had to start doing in order to eat more, and I have felt myself recover faster, and I have felt myself just feel more comfortable with every workout. What I have to do is basically put food on my plate that I know is too much. Like, I wouldn't be able to eat that whole thing, and I just eat like I'm bulking. I eat fast, and some people are going to say this is bad for digestion, or that it's not good, or you need to chew your food more. Here's the thing. If I'm training and I'm planning on hitting like 60 miles this week, if I'm doing something like that, I don't care about my digestion as much as I do making sure I have enough food and calories in me to be able to do the activities I'm trying to do. And so it doesn't mean I don't chew my food. I'm just getting at, like, when I was like super small and I was trying to put on weight, and I'm still kind of a small guy, but especially outside of high school, what I had to do is like put food on my plate and just eat it as fast as I can, because obviously I'd get full after a couple of bites, but that way I was getting in more food. So I could bulk just a little bit, and I put on a little bit of mass, and I would do the same thing if I was trying to go from 160 to 180. So you kind of have to beat the signals of your stomach saying, hey, I'm full. And I do the same thing with running, but I'm not trying to bulk. I'm just trying to get it in enough calories. I'm not a calorie tracker guy. I'm just trying to get pretty much as I can. So then everything I'm doing, I'm is fueled properly, and I'm recovering better. Each workout feels like I have most of my energy for it. And I just feel good. I think that's the other thing, is I feel good throughout the day because I'm replenishing things, and I still need energy and calories for work. I still need energy to go hang out with my family, right? And so the other point of this is, if you're running and then you feel like you're absolutely beat and you kind of are dragging throughout the day, sure, maybe you need more sleep. That's probably has something to do with it. Hey, maybe you have a dopamine issue. Those things are very real. A lot of the times it's just you don't have enough energy to go beyond your workout, and your brain needs glycogen, and your body needs energy just as much during like regular activities as it does with running, in my opinion. So if you're already at that deficit and then you try and push through your day, I'm sure there's going to be some lethargy, or you're just not going to feel great because you've now drained all your resources, and now you're supposed to go on with your day or hang out with family or do other activities. So anyways, eat more. That's the point. That's what I'm trying to get at, is you need to eat more, not just to finish this workout, but for the next one, and just to feel good throughout the day and recover faster, right? You can't build up those muscles if you have nothing to build them up with. So I appreciate you watching this video. If you like running, my name's Reese. This channel is about running content, and I'm just trying to help people learn from my mistakes, talk about ideas, and running quite literally saved my life. So I am just hoping I can say something that helps you. So I hope I get to see you in another video sometime soon. Peace.